nothing today at Ohio State.
Not one
thing. Nor at the Combine.
Nothing at the Combine.
Did he get measured?
I don't think so.
Jeez.
I could be wrong.
I think they were like asking Ohio State trainers, like, did you, at a physical, did you guys, how tall was he?
Yeah.
And the athletic trainer's like, I was told.
I don't know.
You find that information yourself. Find that information out yourself. Obviously, Marvin Harrison Jr. is a prolific wide receiver at Ohio State.
Yeah.
Stud. Award-winning. Everything that they talked about, he seemingly was. Hey, we need you to get extra workout in. We need you to go ahead and hit the jugs. He was on the jugs literally before the day started and on the jugs at night when the day ended. Oh, is that during season? No, that's all year round. Bobby Carpenter, the general, who boots on the ground in Columbus, goes to practice, works out with the team year round, still is a 40-year-old.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, we're all very baffled by it. How is his body able to hold up? Well, I think shout out to Affinity, but also how is his brain able to continually mentally tough himself through a college football team's workout, which are miserable and nightmares.
Yes.
But he has good inside information because he's literally in the building working out with these people. Marvin Harrison Jr.'s work ethic is like everything you dream of out of a superstar. He obviously gets it from his father. He did measure at the Combine, Marvin Harrison, 6'3" and 2/8", 209. Hand 9.5, wingspan 77.25, arm 31. Whatever the hell this means, I have no idea. I know that he's going to be a good football player.
Yep.
Being 6'3", okay, bigger than normal. 209 pounds, not frail. Got it. Wingspan, huge. Big catch radius. We saw it in the college ball. Hands 9.5, okay, can catch a football with gloves. Got it. That's all we need to know. But I do wonder why they're not having him work out. Is it because, hey, just watch the tape, watch the film? A lot of people saying maybe he'll run a slow 40. And that'll kind of knock him a little bit. That's what people were saying?
Yes, on the X, yeah. That was the assumption, like, hey, Marvin's not doing anything because he doesn't want people to know that he runs a 4.6.
And maybe his dad's like, we're not doing any track training.
Sure.
We're not wasting time for you to learn how to do a 40, for you how to learn how to do any of this stuff. If they don't believe you're a football player at this point, they don't deserve to have you. If they want to know what you run from in a straight line with no jam coverage, nobody in your way, nothing like that, they're dumb. If that is the thought process, I respect it. I understand it. But also, I think it does lead to a lot of chatter about Marvin Harrison here before the draft by not just us, but like internet, teams, fan bases.
Oh, yeah.
Because what you just saw with Caleb, did you hear Zito back there? He goes, oh, yeah. Because that's not just USC fans watching that workout that's Bears fans watching that going, yup, trying to find a little bit of hope. Yeah. So Marvin Harrison, we did miss out on him having NFL teams who are all in the top 10 being like, oh, this guy's going to be awesome as a member of the
Arizona Cardinals.
This guy's going to be awesome as a member of the
Los Angeles Chargers.
This guy's going to be awesome as a member of the Indianapolis Colts. We're going to trade up and we're going to get Marvin Harrison Jr. But all that is all we missed. He's been in an NFL camp basically his whole life.
Yeah.
And that is probably where the mindset is. But I'm bummed we didn't get to see a Marvin Harrison display today at Ohio State.
And I wanted to make sure that I looked it up because this article says he has been transparent that he hasn't been training for the workout drills. He's been training for the NFL. Like he's been training to do.
Yeah, so I assume that's his dad being like, we're not wasting time doing this track meet start. Or 3 cones. Okay, we're running routes.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to go run routes full speed. And I appreciate that. I think that is hilarious. But once again, bummed out that we don't get to see the highlights on this particular Big News Wednesday, March 20th.
Yeah, especially just because it's stuff to talk about and it's Marvin Harrison Jr. But it's not as if the Cardinals, when they're making their draft decision, are going to say like, Malik Neighbors, he did do his pro day and Marvin Harrison didn't. So I feel like that kind of sets it, right, guys?
It shouldn't be.
Well, Marvin Harrison already done separate himself from the body of work that he already done.
You got idiot. I'm not going to say idiots because Neighbors is a hell of a player as well. And these young wide receivers are better than they've ever been coming into the NFL, 7-on-7s, 1-on-1s, and everything like that. But I just understood that this guy was the guy.
Yeah.
Like forever. Going through last year, going through the entire process.
Like Stroud's pro day.
Yeah, this is Marvin Harrison. Yeah, exactly. He was like a Ferrari that you can't buy behind it. Like, this is the guy. Over the last week or so, there's been some people that say, there's some teams that fancy Neighbors more than Marvin Harrison Jr. There's some teams that even see Rome Odunze maybe over the last couple meetings. So this is the draft process. This is people potentially selling themselves on a player that they're not going to be able to get for a player that they're going to be able to get, whatever, in the entirety of it. But some team's going to give Marvin Harrison Jr. and he's going to be a 10-year.
These agents are smart.
Yes.
We know that. So
not all of them.
But I'm just saying, like, he got a good agent. Like, guys know where they're going before the draft come out. Like, it's been conversations that's already been had at the combine to get up to April 24th. What is it, 24th or 27th?
It happened 2 years ago, Jalen Carter, when Drew Rosenhaus said he's not visiting anybody outside the 10th pick. And at that point, there had been a lot of drama during the combine, obviously with the very serious situation that happened back in Athens whenever he was still in school celebrating a national championship. That was all being talked about. Is this guy's work ethic? Is this a guy you want on your team? Started coming out. It all started getting really loud in a negative fashion for this Jalen Carter guy. And then people are finding film of him giving up on plays at Georgia. It's like everything was coming out. Pro day was terrible. Yeah. Obviously, he's going through a lot at the time. But a lot of media, ourselves included, we're like, man, there has to be more to this. And then it comes out, well, he's not going to meet with anybody. It's like, that's more bad PR for this guy. What are they even thinking about? And Rosenhaus comes on and goes, you think I don't know where he's getting drafted? I'm not sending my client around from team to team so he has to relive the worst day of his life. We don't need that mentally. We don't need that physically. And you think I don't know? You think I'm going to set my client up to lose out on an opportunity? I would never. You don't think. And then 10th pick. Got drafted.
On the money.
That is where. That's exactly where he got drafted. It's like not every agent, but those at the top of this entire thing are seemingly pretty plugged with certain groups.
Yeah, and the other reason we view the draft the way we view it is the best receiver last year was a 4th-round pick out of BYU, Puka Nacua. Like no one was watching the BYU pro day like that. That's exactly why most of this shit doesn't even matter.
Okay, we're getting video of Caleb Williams' punt. Yeah. Okay, we have a side shot here. Is that the 50? What is that? 50, 40? Pretty good drop actually. Good follow through. He was at like the 15 there. It appeared. Not a bad hang time. I mean, certainly would be able to get there if he had to do a quick kick. We're looking for that ball to roll forward as opposed to sideways, but he can work on all those things. I like the fact that he added the punt into his workout after dropping a dime, throwing a guy off a practice field. Hey, you know what? Let me see one. Let me get one. Let me off script here. Let me get one. Quarterback coach, what's this guy doing? Oh, of course, he's punting the ball.
Horsing around.
Of course, he's punting the ball.
Having a little fun.
Yeah,
like
fun.
Mac Jones when they ran the little, fumble Rooski and he caught the touchdown. That his stock went through the roof after.
Oh, yeah, he jumped up and caught it.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then went over to Bill. He was like, just like Navy.
See? He had the Navy mask on against Buffalo. Here's the go route. Where's he at, the 20-ish? 10? That's down at what, the 20-ish?
That's a good deep ball right there.
It's like 60 yards, sir.
Touchdown.
And what does every athlete want to do? They want to pump footballs.
Duh.
Boom. It was a good drop.
Good drop. He wanted that to turn over. So that ball didn't turn over. I think he could actually punt. I think he can turn.
You can see he done did it before, though.
Yeah, the way he dropped that, he wanted that. You need to point toe a little bit, Caleb. See, you had your little flexion here. You need to point that a little bit more. Feels like he's probably a really good punter if he wanted to be, obviously. He's capable.
Yeah, maybe they draft him to punt.
Yeah, he needs to point his toe a little bit more. That was a good drop. Flat drop. Yeah. I like what he did there.